shows that courage certainly comes those who are youngest.
You're not wrong there, Nick. That is wildly impressive in an open race as a 12-year-old to take it on there and say, I'm going to make the most of this. It's an amazing effort and well done to her.
Just over that 5 minutes, so we'll see what she does in coming years. And a couple of athletes there, I reckon, are off to all schools in the next week or so, off to Perth for the Australian All Schools Championships. Obviously, those who medalled at the Victorian Juniors only a few weeks ago at Doncaster are off their way there very shortly. We've seen many of the Loretto girls here tonight we talked about. They're off to there to represent Loretto in the Nitro competition. It's going to be a busy weekend of athletics in Perth. I think it's only a weekend away now.
Great spot there in Perth. Always a fun trip to go over to Perth, as far away from Melbourne as you can almost possibly get. So as a junior, always a lot of fun. You were once my team manager on a trip in Perth there, so always a great time.
All right, next heat not far away here. It's heat number 6. It looks like we've got 4 heats to go. Couple of my favourite athletes in this one. Daniel Reese, gardener to the stars of the inner suburbs of Melbourne. He's in this one. The man formerly Wodonga. And Daniel Malone, a star of the recent games up in Brisbane, an ID athlete who just keeps on running, listens to everything Gavin Burren tells him. So a couple there to watch here that I'm going to be keeping my eye on in this field. Looks like a big field of St Kevin's athletes, 3 of them here, Jack Bowen, Luke Goodman, Patrick Rechko, a couple of generations there amongst the St Kevin's athletes.
Not a bad history of athletes currently, or in the not so distant past for St Kevin's. As the boys line up here, lights back on at Box Hill, thankfully. Thank you to all of those who did turn on their car lights to help out. It was greatly appreciated. We can bring it home here in the last 4 races of the evening. Still some great racing, so make sure you are paying a lot of attention. A lot of these are the stars of the future.
So not far away here, just a little bit of conversation on the start line. Just debating whether the 1500 metre boys are going to get Uber Eats or go to Box Hill Carrington Street for some in-store dining on the way home.
It's always got to be Uber Eats. I mean, who can really be bothered leaving their house nowadays? So if someone can bring it to your door, that's always the better option.
A bit of a favourite though, Doncaster here. There's always the 24-hour pancake parlour, Mitch. I know it's been an athlete's favourite after these Milers Club.
Heat 6 of 8 here for the men. So we have Daniel Rees of Williamstown, Nicholas Martin of Knox, Lachlan Welch of Williamstown, Angus Norman of the Yarra Rangers, Mikhail Susan of Glen Huntly Athletics Club, Sam Lindsay of Glen Huntly, Lachlan Dess of Geelong Guild, Michael George of Collingwood, Patrick Rochesco of St Kevin's, Harvey Mason of Geelong Guild, Jack Bowen of St Kevin's, Luke Goodman of St Kevin's, Harvey Anderson of Unattached, Daniel Malone of Knox, and Hugo Goodman of St Kevin's. And we're underway here, and it looks like our pacemakers again are going to be coming from the Deneen Runners staple as these boys jostle for position in the opening 100, and the pace seems to be really on. They don't want to mess about here. These St. Kevin's boys have come here to race, as one of them gets straight to the front and puts the pacemakers almost towards the back of this front pack, and they are flying here, Nick.
They are. I reckon it's Jack Bowen out the front there with Hugo Goodman. I'm going to call that. I reckon it's the two juniors from St. Kevin's that are out front at a good pace. In behind them is probably, I might be one of the Guild boys. Mornington Peninsula just tucked in also there. But it's a pretty tightly packed group here. It is the two St. Kevin's juniors though out in front at the moment with my favourite, Daniel Malone, in third, just on the shoulder of the two St. Kevin's boys.
Yeah, and it's quite fast here, Nick. They're all not messing about. They've heard us talking about the home of PBs and they want a piece of the action as Clary McIntyre now gets towards the front, as well as his fellow pacemaker there. And you're right, Bowen at the front, as these boys are not messing about. They want all of it here.
68-second first lap, Mitch. 68 seconds for the group at the front, with Daniel Malone, the one that wants to really push the tempo.
And these guys happy to sit in that front pack, maybe reap the rewards of sitting towards the back and being able to move late. As I said numerous times, we've seen it happen before. As these guys go through in 68, which isn't messing about. That's great pacing there from our two guys in front. But not a lot of movement.
The pace just has settled a little bit now. The field looks a bit more in control. So Daniel Malone is the next one there that comes through. Jack Bowen's the one on the outside. The Yarra Rangers athlete Angus Norman in amongst them on the rail. Collingwood Harriers have got one on the outside there. That's Michael George. And out wide at the moment is the Geelong Guild boy in Lachlan Des.
So very nicely tucked in still. So you start to see the Geelong boys maybe start to make a move from the back of that pack there. But it's Bowen. Norman now tucked beautifully on the inside there. And these guys are all going to feel each other out now in the final 600 and see who's going to move when and where. They're going to gear up for a fantastic final 600.
So Jack Bowen's decided the pace isn't enough. The pacemakers have worked hard for us all night. Some of them have done multiple events, so many thanks to our Dunedin pacemakers. Ellinghouse squad was out earlier as well doing some pace for these 1500s. But Harry Bowen's decided it's not quite enough. Jack Bowen, I mean it is. We saw his brother earlier. Jack Bowen's decided it's not quite enough for him and he's picked up the tempo. Malone then sits next. Michael George it is on the outside of them. The inside it's Angus Norman. And right next to him is the Williamstown athlete in Lachlan Welsh. So Welsh moving well. One of our Glenn Hutley ones. Trying to pick the Glenn Hutley one up there. It's Sam Lindsay. So Sam Lindsay's a young Glenn Hutley athlete now tacking onto Angus Norman. Just behind the Williamstown athlete in Lachlan Welsh. And in front of them is George, Malone and Bowen.
Well, George starts to make his presence felt now as he gets right up on the shoulder of Bowen there. He's done a lot of the early work. And we see our Williamstown athlete now starting to move through. And he comes up on the shoulder now. I believe that's Reese. So Reese starts to ask the question. The boys now starting to move away. George still in the front. Reese now behind him. Bowen still tucked in nicely as they come to 200. But now he starts to strengthen his stride, lengthen it too. As we see Welch now starts to move through, Nick, and this is a dominant performance here in the final 200 metres.
Mitch, it's gone quick for a very quick time. He's lodged a seat time of 4:33. He's going to be inside 4 minutes 20 at the moment, or just on 4:20. So Michael George chasing him down. His PB is 4:35 according to this. So these two here on big times, lads. Let's go. 4:15. Getting to that now. So it's going to be fast. It's going to be mid 4:20s. Personal best for the two out in front. Bowen's hung on strong. Malone. Norman dashes home. But Welsh with about a 10-second PB on my count. About a 6-second PB for George. Norman comes home inside 4:30. He'll be happy with that. That's a best. And Jack Bowen also a PB inside 4:30. So I reckon even though it's a bit cooler now, Mitch, and we picked up the wind picked up, that's 4 personal bests inside the first 4 finishes in this heat number 6 of the men's 800. 1500. I got the year wrong on Saturday and I've got the distance wrong today. And Daniel Reese, the last one through there, just a tick under 5 minutes, stepping well down in distance.